Alright, I've got something wild for you today. 4 simple tricks, but each one messes with reality in its own way. And trust me, you'll want to stick around till the end, because in the middle of this science chaos, I somehow ended up making a beat. Yeah, a legit beat. So let's dive in. Trick 1. Candle in the bowl. So I started with a candle. Nothing special, right? Just a candle standing on a tablet in water. But here's the thing. Once you light it and put the glass over it, the flame starts fighting for its life. It's burning, and then it suddenly dies. And that's when it gets weird. The water doesn't just sit there. It starts climbing up, rushing into the glass like it's being sucked in. At first, I just stared at it, like, wait, how is that even possible? The candle literally pulled the water up with nothing but fire. That one blew my mind. And after seeing that, I thought, alright, let's push it further. What else can we move without touching it? Electricity and water. That's how I ended up trying the old static electricity and water trick. The idea sounds simple. Rub something, build up a charge, and the stream of water should bend out of nowhere. Easy, right? Except it wasn't. I kept trying with the tap over and over, and nothing happened. At one point, I was ready to give up. But then I poked the tiniest hole into a plastic bottle with a skewer. That gave me the thin little steam, and finally it worked. The water started shifting, leaning away like it was alive. It wasn't dramatic like in the cartoons, but it was real. Static electricity, invisible, actually pulling water to the side. And since I filmed this outside, in the heat, I couldn't resist, and I jumped straight into the pool to cool down. And then, somehow, instead of swimming, I started making a beat. Yeah, don't even ask how that happened, but it did. First just a kick, then I stacked a hi-hat on top, then the snare. Piece by piece, I built it up until it hit the sweet spot. A rolling triola rhythm snapping right into your face. 2 more bars to let it breathe, and then cut. Simple, clean, done. But okay, back to the experiments. Because the next one looked like magic, even though it's just physics. Trick 4. Cord and a glass. So here's the deal. I thought I had this trick completely figured out. You flip a glass with water, press a cord on top, flip it upside down, and the water stays in. Easy, right? But here's where I messed it up. I thought it would still stay in even if I removed the cord. Yeah, I was way too confident. I pulled the cord away and the water just dumped straight out. Splash everywhere. Turns out, the cord is actually the hero here. It's the air pressure that holds it all up, not some magical anti-gravity water. And when I finally did it properly, with the cord pressed on and flipped, it worked like a charm. Even better, when I swapped the cord for a piece of clear plastic, it looked insane. You could see everything. The water just hanging there midair like time froze. Honestly, it felt more like magic trick than a science one. Trick 5. Walking water with colors. I went for the walking water trick. You line up glasses with water in them, one with light blue, one with light red, and in the middle an empty glass. Connect them with paper, cotton, and slowly the water is supposed to walk across. Easy in theory, not so easy in practice. First I tried a toilet paper. Didn't work. Then serviettes? Nope. I almost gave up. But then I tried these cotton makeup pads, and suddenly the border began to creep across. The colors weren't as strong as I'd hoped, but the effect still came true. The blue walked, the red walked, and in the middle they met, and together they turned green. It wasn't flashy, but it was real. The final proof that even when it looks like it's going to go nowhere, the water finds its way. And that's all the experiments for today. Some worked perfectly, some almost fell apart. But it's half the fun. If you like these little science fails and wins, stick around, because I've got plenty more coming. Who knows what's next? You'll have to subscribe to see.